What's going on, everybody? It is the Stamps coming to you again with Relationship Talk with the Stamps. We have another exciting video for you all today, and our topic for today is identifying abusive and homicidal people.
Yes, this is something we really wanted to talk about because now with all of these camera phones, it's been capturing a lot of abusive and homicidal individuals. So let's get right on into it. Let's talk about verbal abuse.
Yeah, so this can be someone cursing you out, this could be someone trying to take their anger out on you, or this could be someone who's just telling lies about you.
Yes, that is not nice. If you taking your anger out on somebody, you need to find another way to release your anger. Go to the gym, go take a walk, go do something.
Yeah.
But putting all your anger out on somebody ain't the way to go.
Not at all. Sit in the car and do something before you come inside, because at the end of the day, you don't want to add more stress to another person trying to put your problems and all this other stuff on them. So make sure you just handle it. Find another way, like she said, working out, doing something that you can do so that you're not causing more stress at home.
And those people who like to belittle other people by telling them that they're ugly and fat and black and ghostly looking, whatever, that's not okay.
Yeah, it's definitely not the right thing to do. And at the end of the day, this is all about showing love to one another. So any type of time you're trying to throw insults at someone to bring them down, or talking about physical features or whatever, first you look in the mirror, because I'm sure you got some too. But at the end of the day, it's just not right, and that's not how you show love to somebody.
It's not. And just know that you are made in the image of God, and that is perfect within itself. Okay? So don't believe what no enemy got to say about you.
Yeah.
You are beautiful, you are handsome, you are worthy of love. Okay, so let's talk about mental and emotional abuse.
Yeah, so these will be people who will manipulate you and try to tell you that you're not good enough, or they may even try to treat you like one of their servants or something.
Yeah, that's not love, and that's not right. As far as treating somebody like a servant, that could be, you just kind of bossing somebody around in a way that's just like uncanny. You know what I mean? It's past being trying to, hey, can you bring me this? Can you bring me that? A nice, action of kindness. It gets to a point where it looks grotesque, like this person is being taken advantage of. That's not right.
No, not at all. At the end of the day, this is my wife, not my maid or nothing else. So I'm not going to tell her like, oh, you should or you need to do blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's just a different type of thing. And that's not love, and that's not how it should be. There's nothing wrong with doing things for one another, but it shouldn't be from a perspective of you like the maid and they get to lounge around and just drink Kool-Aid and eat cookies. And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's not that type of a situation.
Right, not at all. And being not good enough, what we mean by that is not reaching a person's expectations. We see this a lot in like parents and children. Like if you don't make the straight A's, if you're not in a particular field of study, if you don't reach a person's expectations, it can really be mentally exhausting and emotionally exhausting for a person, and it's really no way to live.
Trying to measure up and meet other people's expectations, that won't get you nowhere. We watched the show Potomac with Dr. Wendy, and she talks about that a lot, of how she had to try to reach a specific expectation of what her mom wanted her to do, and now that she's an adult, she achieved all those things, she's like, I don't want to do it no more. So it's just like you got to find your own passion, your own thing, and you don't have to measure up to nobody else. The only standard you need to have is the one that God sets before you, and that's the one that you should be trying to live up to.
And that's the only one that they really can live up to.
Yeah, that's true.
Because people's expectations, man's expectations, they always change and they can't be obtained. But with God, he's never changing.
Yeah.
So just keep your eyes focused on God and what he has for you, and you will always win.
Next, we're going to talk about physical abuse, and homicidal tendencies.
These are people who may beat you, people who may hold you captive, people who may starve you, and people who allow other people to be abused.
That's deep right there.
Obviously, if you're in a situation where someone's putting their hands on you, whether you a man, woman, or child, go get help. Go get help. Leave. Because tomorrow ain't promised. The next hour isn't promised.
Yeah, for sure.
So go get help. That is not love. Love does not leave bruises and marks and punches on your face, getting things thrown at you. That's not love.
And as people who are receiving the people who come to us, we need to make sure that we're attentive, paying attention, and doing the necessary things to get them the help that they need. I know sometimes we might try to brush it off and say, "Oh no, this nobody ain't doing that," and Junebug or your uncle blah 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 ain't doing this or that. But you need to just pay attention, take everything seriously, especially in today's day and age. You definitely got to pay attention to what people are saying.
And I know it might sound weird, people being starved and held captive. But that's a real thing. People are really being held against their wills.
Yeah,
being held in basements and closets. It was this one incident which was really sad. I don't know if anybody remembered the little boy who was holding the signs at the riots. Well, he was an adoptive kid, and his foster parents was starving him and his brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
They would starve these children, and the children, they would sneak over to the neighbor's house to ask for food. They would ask for things that they could hide and store, like fruit and jerky, things that they could hide, raisins, because their adoptive parents was not feeding them. And the neighbors, they didn't even do anything about it. They talked about it to their parents, and the parent of the owners of the house actually called the law enforcement on them. But it was too late.
Yeah.
Those kids died. Their adoptive parents drove them off of a cliff, and they all drowned.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying pay attention to the signs. We all know different kids in the neighborhood and all that stuff. So if you see something that seems a little, suspicious, don't be afraid to go check it out. I know we don't like to get in people's business this day and age, but it doesn't hurt. You could be saving someone's life.
You really could. Don't delay. Get help, whether it's yourself or someone else you know. Don't be silent. What are some other flags we could look for?
So this topic also includes being sexually abused, allowing someone else to be sexually abused, being hurt or potentially killed by someone, or someone trying to shoot, stab at you, or doing any type of physical harm to you.
And we see that on camera a lot these days.
Yeah. I mean, thank God for cameras, you know, but it's definitely crazy out here.
I saw a video of a young woman. She was with her boyfriend, and she got on Facebook Live, and she was just recording him. And he was saying how he was going to kill her and how he didn't care, that he would kill her. And as soon as she went off of live, he killed her. Good thing she had that footage. I think she probably kind of knew that it was going to happen, but good thing she had that footage for real. Yeah.
And like we've been saying with all the other ones, these things aren't love at all. I don't know what that is. This is something completely else, and it's not something that's tolerable. And like we already said, if you know someone who's being sexually abused or any types of things like that, and they're talking about it, get them the help that they need, take them serious, and help them in their situation.
Yeah. If you know somebody, help. Get them help. And if you're getting sexual abuse, get help for yourself. Get out of there. That's not love, and that's not the way that you should be treated. You know, a love is sets within marriage.
Yeah.
That's real love.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And even as parents and everything like that, make sure you're watching who your kids are hanging around with. You definitely don't want to leave them with, you know, men and people like that of the family who you don't really know that well, because situations can and they will happen. So just make sure you're being attentive and watching out for your children too. So after all this in relation to this topic, what is your final message to the people?
Go get help. Whether it's you yourself that's being abused, or if you know someone else who's being abused, go get help. And if you know somebody who is homicidal, you should report things like that, because people who always threatening to kill people, and you know that they have guns, and you know that they're a violent person, man, go and report them, because you don't want somebody's life to get taken away.
Definitely. Like we said, this is relationship talk with the stamp. So by no means is any of this love at all. And if this is something that's happening within your relationship, or you know someone that this is happening in their relationship, definitely help them out. And if you are that person, make sure you get out and leave, because that is not how it should be. That's not how God intended for your relationships and marriages to be. You're supposed to love on one another, lift up one another, encourage one another, and just help them along in their journey. And all these other things that we mentioned today doesn't resemble that at all.
Trust me, you will find somebody who loves you. Okay? So don't feel like you gotta stay with somebody because you felt like you can't find someone else, or that they don't really mean what they're doing to you. They mean what they're doing to you, and they just might take you to the grave. So get out of there, and God will lead you through.
Ain't no man or woman worth getting beat, sexually abused, threatened, nothing for. Go ahead, find you something else.
And that's word. All right, y'all. That was the video for today. I hope it blessed somebody. Go check out the playlist. We got many videos on there. Let it rip. It has a full of fruit and wealth on the playlist. Go check it out. We out.
See y'all.